I'm a man of my word. I make a promise and I keep it. I'm responsible for everything that takes place in my life, and that gives me the power and control to change my circumstances. I lead when called upon, I follow when I must. I show respect to my fellow man, demand respect back, and I grovel to no one. I protect those who cannot protect themselves. I leave others better than I found them. I have high standards of expectations, tremendous attention to detail, and I'm driven to dominate life. I am the modern day knight. If you're wondering how I use my creed, it is a core value that I filter every thought, action, deed, decision through. It's as simple as that. So I want to take a moment and break down my creed. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put you in a position where you will develop your own creed. You will develop your own set of core values. You will develop your own set of characters, your own non-negotiables, things that you will not compromise against. So I'm going to break down my creed and what it means to me. I believe a man is only as good as his word. Like, your reputation is something that you need to build over a decade or two. It takes 20 years to build your reputation, and it'll take 20 seconds to ruin it with a bad decision or a emotional outburst or a drunken outburst or something you might post that's stupid on social media that makes you look like a dumb shit because you were not of the sound mind and sound attitude. Listen, I stopped taking all of those and I started taking this, the Keuilian Wellness Shot. In fact, I created this because I was sick and tired of every morning taking 11 different supplements like turmeric, ginger, cayenne pepper, black pepper, vitamin B12, echinacea, vitamin C, etc., and zinc, right? Think about this. If you want to improve your immune system, if you want to fight off inflammation in your body so that you have better gut health, you have more energy, your joints don't hurt, then you're going to want to take all those supplements. And I was taking it twice a day, every day. First thing in the morning in a glass of water, and then again at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I decided, why don't I just create the Keuilian Wellness Shot? And so when we created the Keuilian Wellness Shot, we cut no corners and we spared no expense. And so in this, you've got something that's going to not only help boost your immune system, but also fight off inflammation. Because if you're a high performer and if you want to get more done, if you want to stay more focused, if you want to make sure that you don't get sick as frequently, then you have to care about your immune system and you have to fight off inflammation, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're high performing and you have a stressful work day from time to time, right? So guess what? Every time you watch the show, you see the shaker cup next to me, and it has one of these, the Keuilian Wellness Shot in it. And I got to tell you, I meet a ton of people every week when I travel and I speak to thousands of people. I shake a lot of hands. I'm in contact with a lot of people, and I don't get sick. And one of the reasons is because I take my Keuilian Wellness Shot twice a day, every day, religiously. In addition to eating right, working out consistently, and getting sleep, the Keuilian Wellness Shot is going to help you boost your immune system and fight off inflammation. And best of all, you don't have to take 11 different ingredients just to get what's in this one packet. And so here's what I want you to do. You're going to click on the link in the description box or go to Keuilian.com, and you're going to use the code word Bedros. And when you use my name, Bedros, you'll get 50% off your first subscribe and save bundle. You'll get 50% off, which means you can try Keuilian Wellness Shots for 30 days. If you like it, stick with it and continue to get new orders every month automatically at a discount. If you, for whatever reason, you don't like the Keuilian Wellness Shot, which I've yet to meet anyone who doesn't, then let us know in your first 30 days. We'll give you a full refund. Part ways as friends. Fair enough? Go check it out. Use the code word Bedros. Get 50% off. Peace. So if I'm a man of my word and I make a promise and I keep it, that means I commit to the things and to the people that I've committed to. But beyond that, I keep my promises to myself as well. Remember, your reputation is not just what others perceive of you. Your reputation with yourself is also known as your confidence. And I'm here to tell you that when you have a creed, you end up becoming a promise keeper. Otherwise, you become a hypocrite and a piece of shit. The next line says, I'm responsible for everything in my life, and that gives me the power and control to change my circumstances. How many people truly take responsibility for everything in their life? If you are willing to take responsibility for everything in your life, that is the most powerful thing you can do, because you no longer give control to others. Most people are willing to delegate responsibility to others. They want others to have control over their life. And when someone has control over your life, they also have power over your life, don't they? And if someone's got power over your life, that means they can make the decisions for you, and you feel more like you're drifting through life than deliberately headed towards a specific purpose-driven vision. Look, life is dynamic. There's only one type of person that has a very consistent life: dead people. Dead people are consistently dead. They don't have a good day. They don't have a bad day. Nothing really hurts on them. They don't have an emotional ups and downs. They're not going to have wins or losses. They're dead. The rest of us, well, life gives us different circumstances. Outside influences might change our circumstances temporarily if you are the type of person that takes extreme responsibility and ownership, because you realize then, by taking extreme responsibility and ownership over everything that happens to me, I have the power and control to change those circumstances for myself for the better. And that is a really cool thing to do, man, to know that you have such power and control over your life. It is very empowering to know that. Then, of course, the next line is, I lead when I'm called upon, I follow when I must. I lead when called upon in areas that I am the expert, in areas that I have situational dominance in: entrepreneurship, leadership and management of people, communication, crafting a vision, risk-taking in the attempt of making money. Those are my zone of genius. I will lead when I feel called upon. The people that I serve, my team, my family, my community, my clients, I will lead them to the promised land of success. But I will also follow when I must if I am not the expert in that category of life, right? And so you must be in a position where you can lead when called upon, follow when you must. And so then the next line is, I respect my fellow man, I demand respect back, and I grovel to no one. I respect my fellow man. I just automatically assume that you're a good human being, that you have the best of intentions for me, and that you are going to do right by me. I will respect you. I will open doors. I will say please and thank you. I will stand up when I shake your hand. I will make eye contact with you. I will keep my promises. I will not try and rip you off. I will show respect in every way. But I will also demand respect back through actions. I will carry myself a certain way that would encourage you to show respect to me. And if you're disrespectful to me when I'm doing things that literally should encourage you to respect me, then we can no longer be friends. We cannot play in the sandbox. You are now a fucking asshole. And the third part of that line is that I will grovel to no one. So I respect my fellow man. I will demand respect back through my actions, thoughts, deeds, words, and I will grovel to no one. I will not put another man on a pedestal. I will not plug my umbilical cord into another man's belly button. I will not hero worship. I will not grovel to another man because they're a better athlete than me, because they made more money than me, because they have a bigger following than me. And personally, I would encourage you to do the same. There's no need to grovel to another man. We are all peers. We might be in different places in time and space based on the work that we do and the time that we've done it in, the experiences we have, but I will not grovel to anyone, and I recommend the same for you. And it says, I protect those who cannot protect themselves. To me, I believe that as men, we are protectors and providers. I will protect those who cannot protect themselves. This is why I always talk about make money. I will make enough money, not only for myself and my family, but I will let my cup overflow to be able to protect you financially, to be able to look after you. Because in this world, money buys a lot of protection, insurance, medical services, benefits. A lot of great things can happen when you make a lot of money. And so I protect those who cannot protect themselves. Sometimes people are put in a position where for a temporary period of time, they cannot take care of themselves, protect themselves. The line after that is, I will leave others better than I found them. So whether I meet you for a minute or I meet you for an extended period of time, years and decades, when we part ways, you will have been left better than I found you. And it is simply, for me, it's this. If I can't add value to your life, I don't deserve to be in it. So I believe I have a duty and an obligation to leave you better than I found you. And finally, I have high standards of expectations, tremendous attention to detail, and I'm driven to dominate life. Because the reality is, most of us, myself included, I was not raised to have high standards. I was raised to just get an average job, be an average person, marry an average person, have average kids, live an average life, be of average health. And I realized if you have high standards, you can really make a lot more money, have a lot more meaning, have a massive amount of influence and status, be able to serve humanity in such a great way. There is no such thing as failure. It is only temporary defeat anyways. As long as I don't quit, as long as I don't stop trying, it is not failure. It is temporary defeat. And the path to success, the path to fulfillment, the path to happiness is filled with temporary defeats. The path to sadness, to regret, is filled with failure. Men and women who failed and gave up instead of gotten up and tried again and looked at it as temporary defeat. So I will set high standards of expectations. I have tremendous attention to detail because I believe that how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if something is out of place, then everything is out of place. So a tremendous attention to detail is mandatory for someone who is trying to live a life of legacy, who is trying to build a life of impact and influence, who wants to be a role model to humanity, to his kids, to his family, so that they can 10x the impact. I know that the greatest amount of impact that I will ever have is to take my kids, to take my family, my nieces and nephews, to take you, the viewers and listeners of this show, and to influence you to set higher standards of expectations for yourself, to have greater attention to detail so that you too can dominate life. Because I am driven to dominate life. I realize this is my only run at it. This is not a trial run. I am not coming back for a second time. This is it. And that is that last line, that I am driven to dominate life. And of course it ends with, I am the modern day knight. Because I want to be a savage and a servant. I want to be chivalrous, but I also want to be dangerous. I want to be loved and respected. And you could achieve all of that when you have your own set of core values. Because for me, these 9 sentences of my creed, my personal creed, are everything that I filter my decisions through.